Hello friends, welcome back. And we are taking the last part of this lesson on agriculture. Yesterday we are discussing about some of the impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. We said the example of foreigners coming to India because they were attracted by the spices that are available in India, and the spices were exported to their countries, and still they go on coming to India to search for spices, to buy spices. And we saw the example of British. They were taking the cotton from India in order to support the textile industry in England, and Manchester and Liverpool. These two places were flourishing with industries, textile industry, because they were getting good quality cotton raw material from India, and British made the people to suffer. For example, they forced the people to cultivate indigo in order to extract color from the different colors from there in order to use in the textile industry to apply different colors on the cloth. So the farmers were not interested in cultivating indigo, they were interested in cultivating the food grains, but farmers forced them to use and cultivate indigo for their own benefit, to carry to England, not for helping the farmers but to for their own benefit. So they were selfish in a way, we can say they were exploiting the poor Indian farmers. So all these are because of globalization. And then let us see page number 47. Take the page number 47. So under globalization, particularly after 1990, the farmers in India have been exposed to new challenges. So because of this globalization, especially after 1990, the globalization became more popular and Indian farmers were affected by that. Despite being an important producer of rice, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee, jute and spices, our agricultural products are not able to compete with the developed countries because of the highly subsidized agriculture in those countries. So, India, we said, we are able to produce a lot of rice, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee, jute and spices. But the prices in India are very high because government does not provide much subsidy to the farmers, and therefore after completion of this food grain production the price becomes high. But in our neighboring countries, the government is giving to the farmers much more subsidy, and therefore they are able to produce at a cheaper rate. Because they are getting help from the government, the price of the things are cheaper. So they are bringing and selling in India, or it is imported to India. So the things that are produced in foreign country that are cheaper than the things produced in India. What is the reason? Because in foreign country farmers are getting help from the government, therefore they don't spend much money for producing, therefore the price is low. But here Indian government is not helping much to the farmers, therefore the cost of production, the farmers themselves have to meet all the expenses, and therefore the cost of production is high. Therefore which one will be cheaper, Indian product or foreign product? Foreign product will be cheaper because there the government is paying some of the money to them, and so the people are buying foreign things and Indian products nobody is buying, therefore the farmers are affected by that. And today Indian agriculture finds itself at the crossroads. So it is in the crossroads. What is crossroads? Like a cross, that is called crossroad. So we can, if you are coming from here, you reach here and you can go left, right or straight. So it's called crossroad. You are reaching here. So if you do not know which direction to go, whether to turn left or right or go straight, if you do not know, then you will be losing your way. You do not know which direction you have to go. So Indian agriculture also is in the crossroad. The farmers do not know where to go. They should turn to left or right or go straight. They do not know because there is no proper direction, there is no proper guidance, no advice or no help from the government. Therefore, the farmers are really affected, and therefore they are on the crossroads. They do not know where to go. To make agriculture successful and profitable, proper thrust should be given to the improvement of the condition of marginal and small farmers. So, agriculture should be successful, that means sufficient crops should be produced, and also it should be profitable. The farmers should be able to produce enough things, otherwise, just satisfying for their own need is not enough. They should be able to produce more, and they should be able to sell it in the market, and with that money they should be able to buy some other things as well. So in order to make it successful and profitable, the condition of the farmers should be improved, and the small farmers should be protected. The small farmers, they don't have much money to buy fertilizers, to buy high yielding variety of seeds, or to use modern technology and so on. So government should come forward, just like other foreign countries. The government should come forward to help the poor farmers. Then only they will be sustainable, and they will be sustained, and they will be encouraged to do the farming. And the Green Revolution promised much, but today it is under controversies. It is being alleged that it has caused land degradation due to overuse of chemicals, drying aquifers, and vanishing biodiversity. So, at the time of getting independence, the most important priority of India was to provide food security to the people, and therefore government introduced Green Revolution to use fertilizer, to use irrigation, and to use high yielding variety of seeds and increase the food grain production. And they did, and it was successful. The production suddenly went up. But today we realize the effects of that green revolution. We realize that the soil has lost its fertility because of using too much fertilizers. What happened? The soil has lost its fertility because of using too much underground water. The ground sources, the water sources has dried up, and there is no more water sources available there, or it has gone very deep, and so as a result the land is drying up. So all these problems are there, and the cause started from the green revolution. So there was no proper management, no proper direction, no proper education to the farmers. That's why it was used without proper reasoning, and the whole land is suffering today. And it is also even affecting the biodiversity, the nature, the climate, everything is affected. The fish in the water, they are affected. The plants are affected. The climate becomes hotter. All these things are happening. And the key word today is gene revolution, which includes genetic engineering. So instead of green revolution, today our slogan is gene revolution. Gene revolution. That means there should be genetic change. That is the meaning. What is meaning? Genetic engineering is recognized as a powerful supplement in inventing new hybrid varieties of seeds. So this gene changing means the gene of the seed is changed. That means instead of using this low grade seeds, we have to find out high grade seeds. That is what is important, that is what is needed. And these days the engineering branch, a branch of the science called engineering science is coming up, genetic engineering. So they try to develop better seeds, better quality seeds for the farmers, so that they will be able to produce more fruits, more food grains and so on. In fact, organic farming is much in vogue today because it is practiced without factory-made chemicals such as fertilizers and pesticides. Hence, it does not affect environment in a negative manner. So, today's fashion or today's vogue means the prevailing fashion. Today's attraction is that we go for organic farming. So farmers who do this organic farming, they don't use fertilizers, they don't use chemicals, therefore it is not doing harm to environment. It is a environment friendly agriculture. What is that? The organic farming. So most of the farmers now going for organic farming, that is good for environment and it is good for health and so on. So the things that are produced through organic way, that is costly because it does not contain chemicals or poisonous pesticides and so therefore it is healthy food and people are advised to eat the organic food grains. A few economists think that Indian farmers have a bleak future if they continue growing food grains on the holdings that grow smaller and smaller as population rises. So as we said in the previous classes, as the population is increasing, the land holding becomes smaller and smaller. The parents will divide their land to the children and children. So as the generation comes, new generation comes, the area of the land becomes smaller and smaller. And so the cultivation area becomes smaller and so the farmers are not going to have a bright future. If they want to have a bright future, then they should have bigger area. The smaller it becomes, the less effective it will become the cultivation. So they should have larger area for cultivation. If they are going on cultivating on a small piece of land, then they have not much future as a farmer. And India's rural population is about 600 million, which depends upon 250 million approximate hectares of agricultural land, an average of less than half a hectare per person. So, in the rural area, India has got 600 million people living. And in the rural area, the cultivation land that is available is only 250 million hectares. So people are 600 million and the land is only 250 million hectares. So if it is divided between the people, one person will get only just half a hectare area. That is too small area for a farmer to cultivate. Therefore, the government has to do something. So Indian farmers should diversify their cropping pattern from cereals to high value crops. So the farmers will have to think properly, plant properly, and they need to produce better crops. They need to think about high value crops, the crops that will have high value instead of going on with this ordinary cropping pattern, ordinary cereals. They need to think about high value crops. And this will increase income and reduce environmental degradation simultaneously. So if they cultivate high value crops, what will be the benefit? They will be able to get more income, they will be able to sell it in the market and they will get a high price, and also it will be environment friendly. They will not be spoiling the environment. So double purpose, they get high income and they protect the environment as well. Then because fruits, medicinal herbs, flowers, vegetables, biodiesel crops like jatropha and jojoba need much less irrigation than rice or sugarcane. So they can cultivate different things, like they can cultivate fruits or medicinal herbs or flowers or vegetables or biodiesel crops. So some plants have got diesel container. So if we produce that one, from there we can get biodiesel, diesel from the plants. So that amount will be very costly, they will get good income. So some of the plants which is able to produce biodiesel is Jatropha and Jojoba. You can underline some of the biodiesel crops are Jatropha and Jojoba. So they need less water. So we will not be taking out too much groundwater in order to do irrigation, because these plants need very less water. And if you plant rice or sugarcane, we have to provide plenty of water. They need a lot of water to cultivate. When we are studying about rice, we learned that they need so much of annual rainfall, 100 plus rainfall is required. So, but if you plant these things, fruits, vegetables, the biodiesel plants, all these, they need very less water. Therefore, we can save a lot of groundwater as well. And India's diverse climate can be harnessed to grow a wide range of high value crops. So as we have studied the climate of India, we have different climates in different areas of India, different parts of India. So according to the climate, the farmers can decide what is suitable for the growth of this climate, in this climate, or in this land, or another area, another climate, what can be grown there. So according to the need or according to the situation, farmers should decide what they should cultivate. So the high value crops, many crops are there, and the biodiesel crops are there, vegetable crops are there, medicinal herbs are there, flowers are there, fruits are there, all these are there. So each one should decide what is suitable for my condition, my atmosphere, my climate. Accordingly they should plan and they should cultivate and they should produce more fruit, so that their economy will grow, they will become richer and richer, and the environment also will be protected. So that is a decision left to the farmers and to the government. They should discuss together, they should plan out together and should work out for the growth of the economy, for the growth of the agriculture, so that there will be food security in our country, and moreover the environment will be protected, the soil will not be degraded, and so all these things. So change in the cropping pattern, for example from cereals to high value crops, will mean that India will have to import food. So during 1960s, this would have been seen as a disaster. But if India imports cereals while exporting high value commodities, it will be following successful economies like Italy, Israel and Chile. So we were suggesting to go for high value crops cultivation. So instead of cultivating rice and sugarcane, cultivate flowers, vegetables, fruits, biodiesel plants, all that. So this is good high value, high price. So if you produce this on plenty, we can export it to other countries, and with that money we can import from other countries the food. So that will be more profitable. So instead of producing rice here, the production is very less and the farmers are struggling whole year and they are getting very little profit. Instead, if they can change into high value crops, then they can sell it to abroad, export it to outside and get lot of money, and with that money they buy crops from other country, import food grain from other country, and we will be still having a lot of money. And some of the western countries or developed countries like Italy, Israel, Chile, they are all doing this way. They are not cultivating food grains there. Instead, they are cultivating something else that is suitable for their climate, and they produce well and they export it to other countries, and with that money they buy food grain for their people. So it is also up to Indian government to do something, to plan out something and to advise the farmers and so on. And these countries exports farm products like fruits, olives, and specialty seeds and wine, and import cereals. Are we ready to take this risk? Debate the issue. So other countries are doing it successfully, and are we able to do it, or are we confident in doing it? So we need to have that debate. Are we ready to take that risk? Suppose the farmers start producing the non-food grain products, whether it is going to be successful or not. They need to study the situation first, study the soil first, study the climate first, and so there should be experts should be there, and the genetic engineering scientists should be there. They should see everything, and that will it be a very risky thing? Will there be market to export our products to other countries? Will they buy and will be able to get the food grain from other countries? All these things we have to study first and then we have to plan it out. So it is all depending on the government, and the government will have to work hard and work for the food security in India. So we have come to the end of this lesson. I hope you have understood it. So read several times this lesson. A lot of names are there, lot of kind of food grain names are there, state names are there. You have to remember which product India is producing more, where India is ranking first, second or third. All these things you have to study nicely and learn very well. Let us see a few exercises that are given in the next page. The first one is multiple choice questions. So first one, which one of the following describes a system of agriculture where a single crop is grown on a large area? So what do you think? A single crop is planted on a large area. What is the answer? It is a plantation agriculture. Number B, plantation. Then second one, which one of the following is a rabi crop? Which one of the following is a rabi crop? So many are given there: rice, gram, millets and cotton. Which one is a rabi crop? Rabi crop means planted in the winter season. So gram. Gram is the answer, number B. Then number 3. Which one of the following is a leguminous crop? Which one is a leguminous crop? Pulses, jawar, millets and sesame. Which one is a leguminous? Leguminous means which needs a support, for climbing up. That is pulses. Answer is pulses, number A. Then fourth one. Which one of the following is announced by the government to support of a crop? So which one of the following is announced by government to support a crop? So maximum support price, minimum support price, moderate support price, influential support price. Which one is the correct one? MSP we said, minimum support price. That is number B. So the rest of the answers I will send you in the group, in the WhatsApp group, and you can copy it down and make sure that you write nicely and learn nicely. Quite many of you are lagging behind and not able to send me the notes. So I am waiting for the others. Some of them even not started with the first lesson. We have already covered so many lessons, still lagging behind. Not even the first lesson is written down in their notebook. So they will be too late, lagging behind. So hurry up and compete with other friends. So don't just remain lazy and waste your time, but study hard, work hard and write down everything in time. Then in the next page, page number 49, there's a little homework for you. So some questions are given below and you have to find out from here. So first one, 2 staple food crops of India. 2 staple food crops. What are they? Rice and wheat. So you have to find out where it is mentioned rice, where it is mentioned rice and wheat. The second one, this is the summer cropping season of India. What is the summer cropping season of India? Find out. Is it a rabi, is it a kharif, or it is zaid? So you find out. Okay. And number 3, pulses like arhar, moong, gram, uran contain dash. What do they contain? So learn. Is it what vitamins, or is it something else that is containing? So find it out and search here and find out. And number 4, it is a coarse grain. So what grain is coarse? Find it out. Then number 5, the 2 important beverages in India are. What are the beverages? Means used for drinking. What are the 2 beverages that are used in India? So maybe kiwi wine and cold water or Pepsi is it? So find out from the text. Okay, so number 6, one of the 4 major fibers grown on black soil. So which is a fiber crop that is grown in the black soil in India? So that also you find out and take photo and send me afterwards. Okay, so nicely with a pencil you draw nicely, make it clear, and write here also the answer. You write here also and mark here also in the columns. Okay, then another one is the project work. There is a project work for you. Project number 2. On an outline map of India, show wheat population areas. So in the book there is a map of India showing the wheat producing areas. So you draw that one and in your notebook draw and send it to me. Okay. So in the page number 39 you will find the map of India showing the wheat growing areas. So use different colors which are major growing areas, that is one color, then minor wheat growing area, another color, then where the wheat is not growing, no need to do any color, that let it be free, but use the 2 colors for major area and minor area. Okay, so then do it at the earliest and send it to me. Okay, and make sure that you write your name on top of the page and the date also. Every page, if your note is going to be 5 page or 6 page, on every page you write your name. So writing your name is not a very big task, and writing in your own book, so it is not a problem. So write your name and the date on which you are sending, so that you have to write, make sure nicely, and send it in my number. Okay, so thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Study work. Okay, bye.